But Buddy's having a great year this year. 6th in the MAP series standings and 3rd in the Speedway standings.
Bob Guthrie now smoking some out of his race car.
And Ginn, 4 laps down, 4 to go, has the widest lead, the biggest lead of any of the previous 3 heat races. Yellow flag, so we've got somebody in trouble on, that is on turn 4. So they'll bring the pace car out, and this is our 4th yellow flag in this particular heat race. With 3 laps down, 5 to go. We've had a yellow after they've been able to get 1 lap down. Buddy Ginn gets a green flag. Here we go. Lap number 4. Dean Bayouth moves up to 3rd.
David Chappell getting a little squirrely down that back chute, but he's got everything under control now. Cross flags from Chuck Sterling. A welcome sight, Don.
Really? You've gone a lap.
We're halfway through this 2.5-hour heat race.
Looking at the MAP's standings, John Hunt leading Larry Ring by just 12 points. You remember Ring suffered some damage in a previous heat race and was not able to finish his heat race. He will have to come back through the V. Hunt leading Ring by 12 points and leading Larry Perkins by 15 in the MAP's point standings. And of course, last year was a great season for the MAPs. It went down to the final weekend.
You bet. Alan Lemmons winning over Mike McClelland by a mere 10 points. Alan Lemmons.
And his brother Aaron winning the MAP series in 1990. Right now, it's all Buddy Ginn. And he's the happiest of anybody of the 3,000 plus fans. And everybody else working this thing, he's got to be the happiest to see the white flag, but yet he sees a yellow flag. And what do we got now?
Gary Pace in turn 2.
Gary Pace in turn 2 by the light standard. Spins, that's his 2nd yellow. And on the last lap, we get yet another yellow flag, and that is our 5th yellow flag of this 8-lap heat race. Laps down. 2 to go for Buddy Ginn, who was about to get the white flag when Gary Pace spun out for the 2nd time in 3 laps. They give him the arrow toward the pits, and he'll have to come back through the super modified V. Here's the white flag for Buddy. Shelly Ward continues in 2nd, and Joe Wood, who was a late entry, probably the last car to get in, is in 3rd place, or has he been lapped?
Tell you what, Buddy Ginn enjoyed a half a straightaway lead, but he's not concerned about 2nd place now. He takes the checkered flag forward.
Shelly Ward 2nd, Joe Wood, who was not a late entry, but somebody forgot to enter him in the computer, or the computer malfunctioned. Nevertheless, Joe Wood was here and finishes in 3rd place. There's your winner, Buddy Ginn. We're done with the 4 heat races for the super modifieds. We're coming back with the sprint cars and their 3 heat races as Checkered Flag continues from Tulsa Speedway and presented by Miller Genuine Draft.
John Cusack.
What do you sell anyway?
Self-confidence.
Boy, he just looked like he was shot out of a gun, Don. He wants that point lead from Cherry Stone, I think. Really flying, taking that high groove, getting that right rear of the moisture up there.
Gray, who is 2nd in the NCRA standings, 2-time defending champion, winning, of course, the last 2 years. Usually drove a green car, but this year driving a red one.
It's his sponsor. But I tell you what, he's really getting a good ride out of that number 3 car. Jim Bell favorite. Jim Bell Jr., Tulsa favorite. Doing a couple of little wheelies, and that number 4 coming out of turn 4. Holding down 4th spot and trying to take over 3rd.
There's a look at a battle for 3rd place. Jim Bell. There is Terry Gray, the leader. Billy Turner in 2nd place. 4 laps down. And the sprinters are doing it right, man. They don't need any yellow flags.
Mike Peters getting a good ride out of the Nance House car. us earlier. It's good to see that gentleman down from Wichita. And Mike Peters driving his car tonight.
And we were here last year to cover the NCRAs, and Mike Peters won the feature. 5 laps down, Billy Turner has reeled the Gray in a little bit, but still Terry Gray has a pretty good lead. There's your battle for third.
Peters and Bell.
Peters, the third place car. Jim Bell from Dewey is in fourth.
Turner's running down Gray, but he just can't quite seem to reel him in.
Boy, these guys are flying.
They are really hooked up tight. Really doing a good job.
White flag out. Turner continues to reel him in, but does he have enough laps to do so? Hanging on to third place.
Oh, here comes Turner. Oh, Turner bobbles coming out too, Don. Got a little bit too sideways.
Final turn for Terry Gray.
Checkered flag from Chuck Sterling.
Terry Gray winning his heat race in Muskogee last night, and then finishing fourth in the A feature. He wins another heat race as he holds off a very competitive Billy Turner. Mike Peters holds off Jim Bell for third as we've completed one of the 3 heat races for the sprint cars.
Driving car number 29 in the sprints here tonight at Tulsa Speedway is Tommy Estes Jr. And Tommy, when we look at you as a driver, everyone respects you as a driver, but sometimes even though you are a well-respected driver, it's hard to get a ride. You experienced that this year.
Yeah, you know, the Beamans, they quit this past season and left me without a ride, and I've called all over the country, and good cars hard to come by. You know, I guess the way the economy is and everything, there's a lot of good car owners. You know, it's just too expensive for them to run, so they're either teaming up and going together or they're just quitting.
Well, tell us about the team. You finally did catch a ride. Tell us about the people involved.
Yeah, I'm driving for Jeff and Laura Gillum out of Oklahoma City, G&W trucking car. And Scott Durham, that was my mechanic on the 97 car the past 2 seasons, he come with me, and we're just trying to see what works best with it.
This is an NCRA circuit race tonight here at Tulsa Speedway. Tell us a little bit about the circuit and your involvement.
Yeah, the NCRA, you know, it's a pretty tough circuit right now. Like I said, there's 6 cars that were at the Knoxville Nationals last year in an A feature, you know, and it's tough enough to make the A feature at the Knoxville Nationals. There are 140 cars there.
And you talk about tough competition right here at Tulsa Speedway tonight. When you go down the lineup, some great drivers, Jerry Stone, many others, Tommy. How do you go about working against them?
Well, the cars are all about equal. You just got to have the right brakes in traffic and have to have a little bit of luck with you.
How about driving on the high side and the low side? I see this every week out here at Tulsa Speedway, and sometimes they go about it a little bit differently. Do you prejudge which way you're going to drive, or do you get out there in hot laps and then make up your mind?
Well, normally a driver likes a certain spot on a racetrack. You know, some guys will run low all night long, some guys will run high. The advantages of running different racetracks all over the place is maybe you can find something where there's not, you know, nobody else running, and you're not going to pass them if you follow them into the corner.
Tommy, best of luck tonight.
Thanks, appreciate it.
Tommy Estes Jr. here at Tulsa Speedway, one of the best.
There's a look at the front row, and Tommy Estes Jr. on the front row. Next to last week's feature winner, Curtis Edens Jr. Tommy Estes, a great baseball player at Atlanta High School outside Ada, where he's a pitcher and outfielder. Had 3 baseball scholarships, one from the University of Oklahoma. And he jumps to the lead ahead of Curtis Edens. John Worthen in 3rd place. And now he just gives up 3rd place to Gary Wright out of Hooks, Texas.
Tell you what, if they gave a racing scholarship to the University of Oklahoma, Tommy Estes Jr. wouldn't take that one.
He would, wouldn't he? He's quite an athlete. And for somebody his stature, he's not very big, about 5'7", 5'8", 150 pounds maybe. Somebody that is handling a machine with over 600 horsepower.
Oh,
that tells you something.
I tell you what, the man has got some great upper body strength. Mentally, he's just super sharp.
His car is strong right now. He's blowing the field away. He is showing them
the way around the racetrack.
Yes, sir. He's showing him the back tires. Curtis Edens Jr. in 2nd. Gary Wright trying to overtake him. John Worthen comfortably in 4th. These guys will all move up to the A feature. We will have a super modified B feature, however. We're halfway through this 8-lap heat race for the NCRA sprinters.
That's an excellent speed shot, Don, showing the race fans at home exactly how super lightning fast these sprint cars are.
Battle for 2nd between Curtis Edens Jr. And Gary Wright out of Hooks, Texas. He certainly, Mark Champion, an OU football fan, can tell us what OU football player came out of Hooks, Texas.
Oh, sure. One that J.V. Haney?
Nope. Won the Heisman Trophy.
For OU, right? Let's see now. Hooks, Texas. It's got to be Willie Sims. Billy Sims, that's it.
Billy Sims. 2 laps to go, and it is all Tommy Estes Jr. Oh, trouble in the back straightaway. Worthen bumps into car number 7. That's Pete Butler out of Mableville, Arkansas. They both are all right, and the white flag out for Tommy Estes, who is, I mean, he is a good half lap ahead of everybody else. Checkered flag for Tommy Estes, and they're still waiting for second place. It'll belong to Gary Wright. Third place to Curtis Edens Jr. Fourth place, John Worthen. There are your top 4 finishes as we get ready for the final heat race of the night for the NCRA Sprint Cars. 7 cars to start this final heat race for the sprinters, and anybody could win it. On the front row is Donnie Crawford. On the inside, the current points leader of the sprint car division at Tulsa Speedway, 6-time track champion Jerry Stone. On the outside in front row number 1, Jerry, a 4-time NCRA champion and current points leader. Bobby Telford Jr. from Sand Springs on the second row, who was second in the sprinters last year at Tulsa Speedway. Next to Bullet Bob Ewell from Forney, Texas, who was the '88 NCRA champion. Oklahoma City Shane Carson in the third row. Aaron Lemmons from Owasso in his 16th year of racing, also in the third row. And Dan Hamilton from Tyler, Texas, the '89 NCRA Rookie of the Year, is at the back of the pack. Here we go. Jerry Stone will lead through lap number 1. Donnie Crawford in second.
And here comes Bullet Bob Ewell, breathing down Crawford's neck. Bob gets a little sideways coming out of that turn 2.
Oh, he holds up traffic.
Gathers it up well, though. Here comes Aaron Lemmons in the 12 car.
Right now it's Jerry Stone, who's the current points leader in the NCRAs. He lives in Tulsa, but has been driving exclusively on the NCRA circuit. They'll drive every weekend at a different track, whether it be Memphis, Little Rock, Dallas, Shreveport, Oklahoma City, Wichita, Houston. However, this is the only weekend of the summer that they'll race on 3 different tracks in 3 different days of the weekend. Last night, Muskogee. Tonight, Tulsa. Tomorrow night, they'll be at the County Line Speedway in Meeker.
It's going to be a tough circuit. One thing about NCRA, Don, if a guy wants to really get into racing and move up to the World of Outlaws and get a taste of what it's like traveling on the road, a good way to start it would be the NCRA circuit, because that way you can get plenty of good seat time and good education on different size racetracks and a lot of different racetracks and a lot of different nights. And as a result, you're going to get some good experience. Follow that for as long as you think you're good, and when you think you're ready, jump up to the World of Outlaws and go for it.
Jerry Stone, your leader. Donnie Crawford hanging on to second. And I'm sure those two are going to be measuring each other once we get to the sprint car main event.
Good shot of Jerry Stone right there, pulling a little wheelie, coming off of turn 4.
White flag out for Jerry Stone, who will go wire to wire, it appears, to win this 8-lap heat race. Jerry, who won 4 NCRA championships in the early 80s for the old Fixco team, Lloyd K. Stevens. Went to Pennsylvania, came back to Tulsa to win the championship here, now on the NCRA circuit. Jerry Stone gets it. Donnie Crawford finishes second. Bob Ewell an easy third. And finishing in 4th place, I believe, was Shane Carson. There are your results as we take a break and come back for the super modified B feature as Checkered Flag continues from Tulsa Speedway.
You might know who.
Up and ready to go for the super modified B feature. 15 laps. Here we go. On the front row and shooting to the lead is Brad Strayer. Kenneth Hunter in second. Danny James in third. Guys to look for, can they get through turn 2 okay? Yes, well done, fellas.
Oh, you bet. Here comes Larry Ring. Back through the pack. He's going to try and work his way up through there.
Remember, Larry Ring had problems.
a good job back in the pack, coming through. But right now it belongs to that man, Mike McClelland, leading the super modified B feature.
And he started in the 5th position in this B feature, and it was interesting to look here at the previous 2 MAPS races. Mike McClelland accumulated only 20 points in the 2 previous races. He's in 31st place.
Oh, we've got a spin in turn 2.
Oh, almost a bicycle. We've got a yellow. I believe it was Bob Guthrie, car number 11, that had problems. He remains okay, but Danny James in car number 6 from Sapulpa is the culprit out of turn 2, and we're 2 laps down with 13 to go as Chuck Sterling holds on to the yellow, and here's the reason why.
Going into that turn 1 and 2, James gets over sideways, gets in the dry part of the racetrack, takes a big loop around, and oh, there we go. There's Guthrie almost getting upside down.
17 needs to be behind me.
Your leaders after our first yellow flag as we get ready to start for lap number 3 of this 15-lap super modified B feature in the MAP series. McClelland, Strayer, and Hunter. 1, 2, and 3, and here we go. In 4th place is Oklahoma City's Bert Woodring. He challenges Hunter for 3rd. That's the big battle now, the closest battle for 3rd, and Woodring overtakes him out of turn 2. McClelland, the leader, through. There's the rest of the pack.
Mike McClelland always goes well on the dry slick racetrack. He's tough to beat once he gets that lead.
Some of the drivers that race well here at the Tulsa Speedway that are your current points leaders out of the Tulsa Speedway super modified standings are not here, Mark, and even though there's more money involved, they're not showing up for this race.
They're in the big thick of time for the championship points race at the Tulsa Speedway. Race car drivers really would rather win the Tulsa Championship more than anything in both divisions, really, even in the sprint car divisions. I know John Hunt will tell you that it's a lot of pride goes into being the champion of the Tulsa Speedway, and it has been for many, many years.
Mike McClelland has 5 laps down and 10 to go. And he has things going his way, and it is, again, interesting on why Mike McClelland in the 2 previous MAPS races has only 20 points. Usually he'll take care of business.
Good shot of Larry Ring and Bert Woodring putting on a good show there. Good race right there.
Mike, who's 41 years old.
He's a welder from Donald Douglas Corporation.
He was 2nd in the MAP series in 1989.
Here's a good shot of Larry Ring in his office. He's trying to do his homework.
Remember, Larry had a bad wreck and lost his front end in his heat race.
I believe it was I think it was 1974 on the old 5/8 at the Fairgrounds racetrack, Don, that he went completely out of the ballpark in the 3rd turn and almost ended up into some bleachers that were set up in the pits for people to watch the races from in the pits. But he came out unscathed with just a mild concussion, fortunately, and was at the scene back racing all these good years at the Tulsa Speedway.
Tires 75 we're speaking of in 2nd place. Larry Ring. There's Woodring in 3rd. Taking on Brad Strayer, and we got a spin in turn 2. That's Rick Stewart out of Tulsa in car number 85. So we're 8 laps down and 7 to go. And yet another yellow flag. The sprint cars did their job in the heat races with no yellows. We had 1 yellow, or 2 yellows in the sprint cars, but the super modifieds have really had a hard time handling this track tonight. Mike McClelland continues to lead. You saw Larry Ring move up to 2nd and moving up to 3rd, who started at the back of the pack, and now at 3rd halfway through this race is car 54, Alan Lemmons.
Yeah, the old saying, car 54, where are you?
They know where he is. They've seen him pass.
Larry Ring now is going to make his bid to take over that 1st place from Mike McClelland. Should be a good show there. Alan Lemmons coming into the picture. He's going to go the high road around, see if he can't get right around Mike McClelland and Larry Ring. There's still moisture left high, but down low it's going to be tough to find some moisture down there. They may have their car set up to run low and thinking there might have been some moisture down there, but it's going to be tough. And here comes Alan Lemmons taking that high road around.
10 laps down, 5 to go. 2/3 through the super modified B feature. McClelland continues to hang on. The 1971 Speedway Rookie of the Year in the modified division. So that tells you how long Mike McClelland's been racing. 20 years. Alan Lemmons overtakes him on the front chute in lap number 12.
The fans like that.
Alan has strictly been on the outside. Everybody else is going down low. He continues to stay high, and it's paid off for it.
Ring's on the inside of McClelland. Takes over second. Yellow flag.
Yellow flag on lap number 12, and it again is car 85, Rick Stewart. That's his second yellow. There you see the gentleman on the back row sending 85 to the pits. 2 yellows, and we'll see you later, Rick Stewart. Thank you. While they get lined out here, Gary Pace has had his problems tonight. He started in this B feature in 8th place. He's 7th in the map standings on the year, and right now is in 10th place with 5 laps to go. JB had a chance to talk to him earlier.
Driving car number 17 here tonight at Tulsa Speedway is Gary Pace. Be driving in the super modified division. And Gary, when we talk about you driving a race car, I have to think about what you do as an occupation, driving an IMSA. So give us the correlation between the two. Kind of unusual, I think.
Yeah, everybody thinks it's kind of unusual because I drive the ambulance all day and I come out here and race on the weekend. They seem to think I must like the speed, but believe it or not, I believe driving the race car probably helps me on the job with the ambulance because everything happens so quick out here. My reflexes and reactions, I think, are really sharp enough to drive that ambulance in the heavy traffic.
Gary, how long have you been driving?
About 14 years.
How many wins?
One A feature win in '82, I believe it was. Long dry spell.
Well, how would you describe this year's season? How is it going, and what seems to be your aspirations for this season?
Well, this year in general hasn't been real great. We've been running Creek County on Friday nights and not doing too bad over there, and we're doing pretty good in this MAP series, which is what we're running here tonight at Tulsa. But the regular Tulsa Speedway season, we're pretty down in the points there. We just haven't had real good luck this year.
Well, explain the MAPS program.
The MAPS program is, MAPS actually stands for the Mid-America Promoter Series. It's a group of tracks in this area like Muskogee, Caney, Tulsa, I believe Meeker, Oklahoma City, and maybe Enid, I believe. And they all run a few of these MAPS races at each track per year. I think we got 8 or 9 scheduled this year, and this is the 3rd one, I believe. We've had a couple of rainouts, and it's separate from the regular Speedway season.
Well, Gary, a lot of luck tonight here at Tulsa Speedway.
Thank you. Appreciate y'all being out here.
Gary Pace driving car number 17. We'll be watching him.
Alan Lemmons, your leader, your new leader. Car number 54, Mike McClelland right behind him, and another veteran driver, Larry Ring, in 3rd. Alan, didn't he win the led throughout most of the 1990 season without winning a feature?
That's what you call being Mr. Consistent. Really a good job, but then some misfortune hit and just didn't quite come around and win that championship.
McClelland drops way back to 3rd. Larry Ring moves into 2nd. I didn't think anybody could catch McClelland, but Ring and Alan Lemmons both reeled him in, and then Lemmons started using the outside of the track, and it has really paid off for him.
Right now, it appears that's the way around the racetrack.
At least for him. 13 laps down, 2 to go. Lemmons in 1st, Ring in 2nd, McClelland holding off a bunch of cars for 3rd, including car 84, Bert Woodring from Oklahoma City, Tulsa's 38, Brad Strayer, and Tulsa's car 34, Kenneth Hunter. There's your battle for 3rd.
You bet. White flag now, too. 4 left-hand turns for Alan Lemmons.
Alan in his 16th year of racing. And, of course, his brother, Aaron, great driver here at the Speedway. Allen with a familiar number, but a new paint job this year, and he gets the checkered flag. Larry Ring second. McClelland drops to fourth. It is third place going to Bert Woodring. And fourth place, throw up a hat between Kenneth Hunter and Mike McClelland. That could be crucial on how things iron out for the super modified main event. We're taking a break and coming back with the A features for the sprint cars and the super modifieds as checkered flag continues from Tulsa Speedway, and it's presented to you by Miller Genuine Draft.
Reversal of Fortune. Audacious. A comedy with a toxic tinge.
Spectacular understatement.
4 stars. Wicked, sharp-tongued, and devious.
You're a very strange man. You have no idea.
Glenn Close, Academy Award winner Jeremy Irons, Ron Silver. Reversal of Fortune. The case of Klaus von Bülow. An American saga of money and mystery. Too good to miss on pay-per-view. Order today. Check your local listings or call your cable system for details.
If you ever wanted to learn to drive a race car, Stevens Racing School of High Performance Driving has the ultimate opportunity for you. A professional crew takes care of the details, providing a suit, gloves, helmet, race car, and one of the nation's most user-friendly tracks, Hallett Motor Racing Circuit. Some basics can be covered in the classroom, but the real education is on the track. That's where you will be, at the wheel of a real race car. Experienced instructors turn your dreams into reality. Contact the Stevens Racing School of High Performance Driving.
The Thunder returns to Creek County Speedway Friday, July 26th, as Miller Beer presents the 5th Annual Mid-America Motorcycle Championships. Flat track motorcycles invade the all-new quarter-mile dirt oval of the Creek County Speedway for one night of bar-banging action. Pro riders from all over the country will battle it out for this annual short track war. One night only. Racing begins at 8.
The pits as we get ready for the sprint cars, the NCRA sprinters, and we talk to the official, the National Car Racing Association, in the pits.
Paul Burns here with us tonight at Tulsa Speedway, one of the NCRA officials. And when we talk about an NCRA official, Paul, tell us just exactly what your capacity, what your official title, and of course what you're doing here in Tulsa.
Well, head flunky, I guess. No, actually, I'm the chief steward in charge of the Outlaw Sprint Car Division of NCRA. I follow these guys wherever we go. We run 43, 44 shows this year in NCRA. Memphis, Tennessee, Dallas, Texas, Texarkana, Little Rock, Tulsa, Oklahoma City, Wichita, and just Muskogee and several other towns, you know, in the Midwest market area here. And we're a sanctioning body that sanctions outlaw sprint car races. We've got usually an average car count of about 25 to 30 cars that we run everywhere we go and try to put on a good show for the fans.
Paul, how long have you been with the NCRA?
This is my 7th year with NCRA. I started in the Champ Dirt Car Division of NCRA, and after working many years right here at Tulsa Speedway as was the pace car driver here with my little red Bronco. A lot of people around the Tulsa area will know me for that, but I've been with NCRA now 7 years.
Being with them that long, you've seen a lot of good drivers. Anyone that maybe just kind of stands out in your mind that you recall some of his driving?
Well, we got